craft table, we're getting ready for Christmas. From trimming your tree, to decorating your front door, to brightening up your kitchen table, Sebastian and I are making loads of fun activities for you to enjoy with your kids over Christmas break. My name is Kristin Gambaccini, and this is Craft Table. It's Christmas time. It is our favorite time of the year. We are here together making some amazing Christmas crafts for you. Ideas to keep your kids busy over Christmas break. And what I love about all of these, as I always tell you, is that a lot of these things are items you probably already have at home. And if you don't, they are things that you can find at your dollar store. So we're not talking about spending a lot of money to keep your kids busy, but these are fun activities that you can not only use to keep them maybe off of the screens and put their electronics down for a little bit, but they're things that you can reuse and bring out year after year for your decorations. So I am here with Sebastian and we are making our first craft, our Christmas tree ornaments. I love these guys. Let's show them the ornaments. These are so cute. They are super easy to make, and I'm going to go over the list with you real quick, the supply list of what you need. So you will need coffee filters, 2 coffee filters per ornament. Show them your marker. We need green markers. Now I suggest 2 shades of green. It'll help give the coffee filter color a little bit more contrast, but if you only have 1 shade of green, that's fine. Some popsicle sticks for the tree trunks, and we're actually going to color our popsicle sticks with crayons because it kind of gives it that woody tree trunk look. You could use marker or you could just leave them plain. Doesn't matter. I have some little tiny buttons here that we're going to use to trim the tree, and then I have some string that we will use to hang up our ornaments. So we are going to get started. Are you ready? Oh, and the most important thing, can't believe I forgot, the water, because this is going to be a little bit of like a science experiment as well. It's going to be really cool. So we're going to take our coffee filter. Can you grab your coffee filter? Yeah. And we're going to fold it in half. And I can help you with this if you need help. Here, let's switch. You can take that one. I will take this one. And then once we have it in half, we are going to color them. And the best thing about what I love about this project so much is that you don't have to do anything specific. We're really just putting the color onto our coffee filter. So grab 1 shade of green, whichever one you want, and we are just going to color it in a little bit. Yeah, buddy. And then, yeah. And then I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to switch up my color. My greens are actually not very bright, but that's okay. Yours is very dark. I'm going to come over here. So the darker it is, obviously once we're done with this and you see the finished product, you'll see that the darker your coffee filter will come out. The lighter green, the lighter it will be. But it's kind of nice. I think it would be okay to have a mix too, since we're using 2 coffee filters on every ornament. To have some that are light and some that are dark would work just as well as too.
Mama, can you help me?
Oh, sure. You're doing great. You just got to fill in that side and then you've got it. I'm going to see if this one might work a little bit better for me, buddy. Yes. So now we're going to take our colored parts that we just used and we're going to fold it in on the inside twice. So we have this little kind of like triangle. Yeah, buddy? So we're going to fold it in and then we're going to fold it in again. And now comes for the fun part. This is kind of like the science experiment part of it. You're going to take your coffee filter and dip your tip in and let the water soak up through the coffee filter. So you might have to hold it for a while until it's all wet. So just dip just the tip in. Oh, bring it up a little bit and it'll bring it up. And we're watching, you can see, here, turn it a little bit so we can see. You can actually see the coffee filter, it's pulling that water up.
Mommy, I got it.
Oh, okay.
This is not easy.
Yeah. And you just want to hold it here until it's all wet. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, it is neat.
So we've got it all wet here, and now we're gonna let it dry. And by letting it dry, I mean we're just gonna take it as it is, only maybe we'll open it up in half to help it dry. And we will come back to it when it's all dry. So we have our dried coffee filters here. And again, I unfolded them halfway, but I'm gonna refold them now because we let them dry. So we're gonna fold them back the way that they were. Almost. Make sure you get it in the middle. And then one more time. Oh, you know what? Let's do yours this way. You might find, like I did Sebastian, some sides are gonna be darker than the others. This is the side that he colored on. So I actually want this side out because I think that just adds a little bit of dimension and character to the coffee filter. So, there we go. And as you can, I'm gonna open this up actually so you can see. Doing the different colors, it kind of gives it almost a tie-dye look. I think that's really cool on the coffee filter. But again, if you only use one color green, that's fine too. Sebastian only used one color green and it worked out fine. So we've got our coffee filter. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut just some strips into the bottom to make it, what's the word? Fluff out, to make it furl out into look like a Christmas tree. So you want them to be pretty close. You don't want them to be too far apart. And I'm only going maybe half an inch up, maybe a little over half an inch up. You don't want them to be real deep, just enough that the ends kind of can be curled up and look like the bottom of a pine tree or a Christmas tree would look like. Can I do yours, buddy?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. This one. And again, if I had safety scissors, I would probably let Bash do this, but I don't have any on the table with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this part for him. So, and then you just fluff it up, push those pieces up like that. Good. All right, we're gonna set these off to the side because we are going to color our sticks now. So grab your stick.
Mommy, that.
Yes. Grab your stick, and grab your crayon.
Grab my cream.
And then I'll take this one. We do a little switcheroo. And we're just gonna color this. You're just gonna color your stick, buddy, to make it look like the tree trunk. I just like the way that the crayon, when it goes across the wood grain, it just really, to me, it looks more like a tree trunk. So we are going to connect our tree together. So it's going to be one tree on top of the other, and I'm trying, which one?
This one.
Yeah, I think this one should be on the top too. So the bottom tree almost kind of peeks out from underneath, and as you can see, they're kind of layered here in the back. So I'm going to use a hot glue gun just so it dries fast for this segment, but a glue stick would work well too. Did you want to use a glue stick?
Yes,
That's fine. We're actually going to use a glue stick. Here.
Can I do it?
Yeah, we gotta get the lid off. We've never used this one before. I think this is a new glue stick. Okay.
Yeah, I saw this one before.
Okay, so we need to put glue on this one. A little up at the tip too. Perfect. It's okay.
No, I want to do that. I like it.
I think that's enough because we just need enough to be able to hold this on there. We'll press it down. And then we need to we could hot glue, but I think you want to use your glue stick. So we'll add your stick to your tree. So we need some glue from right here up. Can you put some on there?
So right here.
Yep, from where my finger is up. So the whole thing.
I do a whole thing like this.
Yep. Okay, perfect. And we will attach our stick to the back. Starting to look like a tree, right?
Yeah. And then now it doesn't. And then maybe that's have to do it.
Yep, now we're gonna add the buttons. So we'll do
and a snowman and a quad pot. Okay. Right now?
We'll do that next. We're going to add the yellow button on the top for the star. So why don't you put some glue on there?
Mommy,
just on the very tippy top.
Mommy, can I do
I know you do. Stick your button on there. Good. And then we're going to add, which one of these do you want to add to decorate? These are kind of like the lights on the tree. Just one little dot. That's all you need. The great thing about using the glue stick too is that when they get extra glue on, it just dries clear. Whereas with your hot glue gun, if you get extra glue, you can still see it. There's one. You want to put one right there? Perfect. One more. Somewhere over here in this area somewhere. Where you've got more room. Right there. Good. Perfect. And then we have to add the string. So for the string, I have just this little tiny piece of green string. You could use yarn, you can use twine, whatever you have at home works, even just white string. So I'm going to tie it up into a knot here at the end to make it into a loop, and then we're just going to glue it onto the back of the tree. This would probably stick a little bit better with hot glue, but Bash is really enjoying his time with the glue gun today. So we're going to attach it with his glue stick today. So we're going to attach it using the glue stick. But I would suggest maybe a dab of hot glue on top of this just to make sure it stays on well. Yes. And that's it. Bash just made his Christmas tree ornaments. It's really good, buddy. Hold it and show them. Hold it up. Look at the camera. Yep, just like that. It's perfect. All right. Next up is something that you could use to decorate your door, or you could even just play with it or put it on your wall. We are making a snow globe out of paper plates. So we are getting ready to make our snowman snow globes. I love this guy. You could hang this on your door, you add some string on the back, hang it on your wall, put it on your kitchen cabinet, or just play with them. This is the kind of craft where you walk around your house and you just grab the supplies you need. I love crafts like that. And that's literally what we did. We walked around the house. We got 2 paper plates. I have a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. I traced and cut out some white circles from some cardstock that I had, but you could also use computer paper. It doesn't have to be cardstock. And I actually just used our glasses in our cabinets for the different size circles to make the snowman. We have 3 different size circles. I took some brown construction paper and just cut out these arms to look like sticks, just like if we were making a snowman outside. Some orange construction paper, and we cut out this little carrot cylinder nose. It's rounded on this side, it's got a point on this side, just to add a little bit of dimension to the snowman. And then I had this fun trim. It's like a yarn trim with little pom-pom balls that I'm using as the scarf. You could use yarn, you could use a piece of felt, you could use a piece of paper, whatever you have on hand. Are we keeping you awake, buddy? And of course you need the snow. So I have this little bag of artificial snowflakes. You can buy this at the dollar store if they still have it. If not, you can definitely buy this at the big box stores or the craft store. But it is really easy to find and it's very inexpensive. So we are going to use the hot glue for this particular craft because I want to make sure that we're sealing those edges, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. But we're going to start with our paper plates and getting our paper plates ready. So this is actually 2 paper plates. You have the back of one and the back of another, but I cut it out. And so I used a crafting knife, like a little tiny box cutter almost, to cut it. You could use scissors. I like using this guy because it's easy and it's sharp. I just got to make sure I keep it away from the kids. So just to show you what I did, and I'm going to move all of this around a little bit, is there's actually an outline here in the paper plate around the middle, and I followed that. I wasn't really exact about it. If you wanted to like kind of draw out your outline to make sure that you're really cutting a straight circle, you could do that. I wasn't concerned about that so much because you can go back and kind of trim it up later if you need to, like I'm doing right now. But the point is just to open up this paper plate. So we have, this will be the top, we still have the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Sebastian color this in with some marker. We're just going to color this whole thing in black. If you have black paint, you could use that, but a black marker works just as well. So we have, he's actually going to be using a watercolor crayon, which is what we use a lot of times for our crafts like this, but a crayon, a marker, anything like that is fine. So go ahead and just, anything that's white, color it black, buddy. So we have it, it's all black, it's ready to go. We have our plate for the back that's ready to go. So our next part is actually going to be to cut a piece of black paper to go on the inside to pull out our story of the snowman. So we have this piece of black construction paper. I do highly suggest using construction paper for this particular part because we want to kind of push it into the paper plate. And all I did was I traced the outside of the paper plate around the black construction paper to make sure that it would fit. Now I'm going to have Sebastian use his glue stick on the inside of the paper plate so we can press the paper down. So go ahead, all inside of this we need glue.
All inside.
All of it. Yep.
All of it in here.
Yep.
Yay!
Good job. Okay. Now we're just gonna set, are you sticking to it?
No.
We're just gonna set the paper on top, press it down in. Again, we're not looking for perfection here because these corners or these edges are gonna be covered up. We just want the inside to sit really well. All right, buddy, that was good. Yeah, kind of wants to come up a little bit, but that's okay because it'll go down once we glue it. So we have it on there, and again, as you can see, it's kind of lifting up a little bit here, but that's okay because we're going to put the other plate on top, we're going to glue it down, and it'll hold. So we're going to make our snowman now. So we have our 3 different size balls. We'll use that. Well, we can use this for our snowman. So we have the bottom. Hold on, buddy. Let's figure out how we want it. We have the middle, and we have the top, right? Okay, so we just have, well, we just have some extra ones, but we'll use these, okay? So go on ahead and put the glue on, oh, other way. Good. All right, flip it over. That's good. Flip it over and put it here towards the bottom. Push it down.
Yay, yay.
Okay, put some on this one. This is the middle. Okay, flip it over where it goes.
Right here.
Let's do it so he's just kind of a little bit on top of that guy so they all fit. Right? And then the head. You can put some glue on that. And then flip it over and put it. Yeah, I think that's plenty. That's good, buddy. And then put it right here. Yeah. Perfect. Now we've got to make his face. So, or his body, I should say. We need to make his body first. So we got to figure out where his arms are going to be. Where do you want his arms?
Right here.
So, here.
You have to.
Put some glue on his hands.
Right here.
Or his arm. What? Anything. Anywhere. All the way up. Good.
Hey, it isn't all the way up.
No, that's plenty. Where should we put it?
Right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to tuck the arm in a little bit just so it's behind the middle part of his body. And then we'll put some glue on this one.
This is taking
That's good. And then where should we put this one? Do you want his hand going up?
Right here.
Okay, got it.
Right here, my finger one.
Got it. Right there?
Right, that's the same. I did that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost.
Almost, yeah. So we have his body, we have his hands. Next up is his face. So you do have his nose. I'm gonna make 2 eyes. Just 2 dots for eyes. Nothing, doesn't have to be anything huge. You could also use googly eyes if you have some googly eyes. Go ahead and add some glue onto that, buddy.
Oh, one. This would have put. Do it. Right, Mama?
Yep. Maybe just a little bit more. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, where should his nose be going? This way?
This way.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. We've got his nose, and then I'm going to use my marker here to do a smile. And again, we've just got some dots coming up to give him his smile. The final step is going to be his little scarf. I'm going to hot glue this though, just to make sure it stays on well. And what I'm doing is I'm actually using 2 pieces for this, for his scarf, and I'll show you in a second. So I've got it here around his neck, and then I'm going to take this second piece and just kind of tuck it up under so it looks like 2 pieces of his scarf kind of floating in the air or in the wind behind him. So I'm going to add a strip of hot glue to it, and then bring it here, tuck it under just a little bit.
Stay back, Demon.
Okay, so we got that. We have a snowman. We have a snowman. So now we're going to create our snow globe part of the whole project. So the reason we needed our bag is because I'm actually going to cut out the back here where there's no writing. This part has writing, the back doesn't. So I'm going to cut this out.
Mommy, I pulled it, I tried it over here with this.
Okay.
So when you're ready for it, when you're done, that means you're ready for it.
Yep, we're almost ready for the snow. And then once I have it cut out, I will use, we really just need enough to go around here, but you want to make your plastic a little bit bigger. You don't want to make it too small because you want to make sure that you are sealing that in really well, your snow. The last thing you want are those little snowflakes falling out around your house, right? We actually had a situation yesterday when we made our snow globe, and it was leaking a little bit, but luckily Bash caught it before we walked away with it. So I'm just gonna actually hot glue and again, the reason I'm using hot glue is because I want to make sure I have that seal. So I'm gonna hot glue it to the inside of the paper plate. You can help with the snow for sure. So I'm just going to work a little bit at a time to make sure I don't miss any sections of this for the plastic. So I'm going to start here at the bottom, and then I'll work my way around, and maybe 2 or 3 different times around just to make sure I've got it all sealed up tight with the hot glue. Okay, so we have our plastic. It's all sealed around. We are going to connect our top piece to our bottom piece, and I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to work a little bit at a time to make sure that I'm sealing this in and getting it really good, because we don't want the snowflakes coming out of here or the plate itself. So I'm just going to come around and just do a little bit at a time.
From the top.
Oh, I haven't glued the top yet, but we will. And then come around here. Okay. Going around, just making sure that hot glue is pressed down, smashed across any possible little hole that could still be there. And this is about the point where we will leave it open and pour some of our snow in before we seal it up the rest of the way. You ready, buddy? So, yep, you want to twist it a little bit and just dump some of that in here. Keep on going.
I like it.
Yeah, hold on, a little bit more. Hold on, buddy. Here we go. It was stuck there for a minute. Okay. All right, I think that's enough. I think that's good. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Now we're going to finish gluing it the rest of the way.
When I was doing this, there was some on the top, Mama.
Okay, buddy.
Very dirty up here. Right, Mama?
Yeah. You were right. It makes dirt everywhere. All right. We have our snow globe. Look how cute that is. We can add some final touches. Oh yeah, here, buddy. Sure. We have this white yarn that we could always put, hold on one second, let me show. We could put around here to cover up this outside circle. We have some small little pom-pom balls that we could glue here around the outer edge. You could also use those foam stickers to decorate the outside edge. You could use another paper plate and come down here, maybe paint it silver so it looks like it's sitting on a silver stand. A little hook or a string to hang. So many different options for this. This would even just be cute to give to somebody, to give to a neighbor or a family friend, almost like a Christmas card where you write on the back. It's like a 3D Christmas card. I just love these guys. I think they're so cute. So our final craft of the day is going to be these Christmas trees, these table toppers. I love these. I feel like these are something that you would see in Whoville for the Grinch. They're a little whimsical, they're fun, completely made of paper. So already we're talking about inexpensive, something that you probably already have the supplies for at home because it is mostly construction paper. I am using a toilet paper roll for the base, but you don't have to. You could always just use construction paper for that as well. It maybe wouldn't be quite as sturdy, but it would serve the same purpose, so you don't have to use this. We have our little miniature pom-pom balls again to decorate the tree. We have a larger one for the top, and that's it. These are so simple to make. So we've already made our cone using construction paper, and I just wrapped it around to make this cone shape, glued it, and then I cut and trimmed the bottom to make it the size that I wanted. So you could do 3 different sizes, 4 different sizes, and have like a little, wooded tree area on your table, however you want to do it. So we've got this ready to go, and next is going to be the strips that we use for the paper. So what I found was easiest is I actually took my construction paper and I folded it on itself 3 times or 4 times to make same size strips. These are probably about 2 inches wide, but you can do them however wide you want them. This seems like, to me, a really good width to work with for a project like this. So I would try to stick within these parameters if you're making trees that are approximately like treetop size like we are. So we have these already cut into strips. They're equal size. All I'm going to do is take my scissors and I'm going to do almost like we did with our ornament trees. Only this time I want to go a little bit farther up. So we're going to cut these strips, but we're not going to cut all the way through. We want to leave maybe 1/2 inch at the top. So you just want to make sure you're watching how far up you're going with your scissors. That's another reason why using these smaller scissors for these types of projects are actually really handy, because it keeps you from going too far up and cutting through the top of the paper. Whereas if I had a big pair of scissors, I could almost guarantee you that at some point I would cut through the top and completely ruin the section that I was working on, and I'd have to start over again. So this is all we're gonna do, and we're just gonna keep on making these trims until we have this kind of fringe, I guess, paper fringe all the way across. So we have our paper fringe. I've got 2 different shades of green. Same thing as the ornament tree. You could do 1 shade of green or 2. And then I have my toilet paper roll and a piece of brown construction paper that I'm gonna have Bash put some glue on, and we're just gonna wrap it to give it a neater look. So going ahead and add a little bit of glue all the way up and down right here. And if you don't have a toilet paper roll that you could use, or if you don't want to use a toilet paper roll, you could also use brown cardstock. That would be another option of a sturdier base. Cardstock is a heavier paper, so it will help hold your tree. So I'm just gonna kind of start here where he did it. You did a really good job gluing that, buddy. And then, you're welcome. Maybe some more right here so we can wrap it. Just right here at the end, we need more. Right along here on the paper.
Why on the paper?
Because we're going to fold this paper up on top of that paper. All right. And then we're going to finish rolling this up. And set it to the side to dry. So we've got this guy covered. We're going to move on to our tree. And this is also just as simple of a concept. So we're just going to wrap it around in sections, starting at the bottom and working our way up to the top. So Bash, you want to put some glue? Okay. Just add some glue along the top right here, all the way across.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're just gonna wrap it. I want it to kind of come off of the bottom a little bit. I don't want to go flush with the bottom, because when we have it, our base tucked up under there, we are also singers. No, we're not. We're actually not singers. Our motto is the louder you sing, the better you sound, as you can tell. It's our family motto. Bash takes it pretty seriously. We also tend to make up our own words. Yeah, that was amazing. So, okay, so we have our first round here, and we're just gonna keep on stacking up, and I'm gonna kind of switch colors. I'm gonna go light, dark, just to give it some contrast.
Light,
so,
dark, light, dark.
Yep. We're gonna go across with glue again, buddy.
I'm gonna do it more than 2 times. So
How about let's go twice down, because we have some spots that were missed. One more time. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to try to find where I ended it before to make sure that that's kind of the same spot that I ended now. Okay. We're going to wrap it.
Yep.
Wrap it. Perfect. And we're just going to keep on doing this all the way up to the tip. All right. So sticking to your fingers. Bash has so much glue on his fingers at this point that the entire project would stick to his hand if he grabbed it. So we have added all of our layers. I've kind of pushed up on the paper a little bit to get it to go up and not be perfect and lay flat, give it some dimension. So at this point, you could stick your bottom part in. Now, I don't really even know, I mean, I could glue it, but I don't know if it needs it. I suppose if I was going to be moving this around a lot, maybe I would glue it in there. But if I'm just going to be setting it on a tabletop, I don't know if you would necessarily even need to worry about gluing the top of this to the inside of your tree. But if you did, it would just take a little bit of hot glue. So now we're going to trim our tree. And Sebastian, did you want to do any of the pom-poms? Okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue on this, and then I'll do the big one. So we got the tree topper here. And again, if you don't have pom-poms, you could use the foam stickers. You could use buttons like we used on our ornament. You could use little paper cutouts, or even take a paper hole punch and punch out a bunch of different colors of construction paper and use those to trim your tree. But we will use our tiny little pom-poms here. And actually, buddy, is there certain colors that you would want? He is very busy with this glue gun today. Are there other colors you would like to choose for the pom-poms? Just move this. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm actually gonna just, do you want me to glue these on with the hot glue gun, buddy?
Yeah, but can you do me a scene how to do it? What, Mama? Let's do all of these.
Can,
This is that.
yes. Sorry about that. Bash is busy. I will not bother him again. So as you can see, I'm just gonna add these real quick to show you. That doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. Anywhere you want to add them to your paper. If you wanted your paper to curl up a little bit, you could take a pencil maybe, or a thicker marker, and just kind of roll it around the edges of your paper. And that's pretty much what I did with this guy here, is I rolled up the edges a little bit with a fat marker, and just to get it to kind of curl up. And that's it. We have just created 3 crafts for you to use in your home for Christmas. Keep your kids busy, keep them occupied, keep them having fun, and also, I don't think there's any better Christmas decoration than handmade ones, especially when they're young, because they're only young for so long, and they only want to spend time with you decorating and crafting for so long. So I hope you enjoy these. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Happy crafting.
Happy crafts, Mary.